every street, there are stories that whisper through the cracks, stories no one dares write down. But in the heart of Mushin, Lagos, there is one tale that has haunted generations, a tale of drought, mystery, and a man who vanished into silence, only to return when the skies refused to weep. This is not folklore. This is the story of the man who returned with rain. Mushin was dying of thirst. For 41 days, the Lagos sun beat down like punishment from the sky, peeling paint off buildings and drawing lines on people's faces. The air was thick with sweat, smoke, and silent prayers. Children walked with cracked lips. The elderly sat on porches, too weak to fan themselves. Water sellers tripled their prices, and boreholes ran dry as fast as they were drilled. Even the preachers were hoarse from calling on God, and still no rain. Somewhere on a forgotten street lived Mama Ife, a shrine keeper with a reputation made of half-truths and full warnings. They said her beads spoke when the wind blew a certain way. They said her cowries could predict the death of birds. But she hadn't spoken much since her son Chuka disappeared 7 years ago. No farewell, no body, just a torn note left under her shrine mat that said not to come looking. No one saw her weep, but they noticed she stopped attending meetings. Her shrine closed earlier. Her eyes stopped tracking the sky. On the 42nd day, just when the drought had nearly driven people mad, a man walked barefoot into the compound. His kaftan was frayed at the edges, sun-bleached and unfamiliar. He carried nothing, not even a bottle of water. The way he moved, slow and steady, made the world hush. People peeked from behind curtains, unsure if they were witnessing a ghost or a miracle. He didn't knock. He didn't explain. He simply stood before Mama Ife's wooden door. She emerged moments later, older but still upright. She looked into his eyes for a long time, then turned and walked inside. He followed. The door shut quietly. Thunder cracked seconds later. The first raindrop hit the dust like a blessing. Within minutes, the skies opened. It didn't drizzle, it poured, heavy, urgent, and deliberate. The kind of rain that filled broken gutters and baptized rooftops. The people ran out in joy at first, then hesitation crept in. Because the rain didn't fall on the whole street, only on Mama Ife's compound. From that day, everything changed. The rain did not stop for 3 days. No one saw Chuka, but strange things were heard. A drum beating at odd hours, wind chimes with no wind, flashes of red light beneath the shrine window. A curious boy touched the wall and collapsed. He survived, but he muttered nonsense in his sleep for a week, repeating a name no one understood. Animals avoided the house. A cat hissed and leapt into a gutter. Dogs circled the compound and barked until they lost their voices. A pregnant woman nearby dreamed of thunder swallowing a man whole. Her baby was born with 6 fingers on one hand. Mama Ife began painting the outer wall of her house with red earth. People watched but said nothing. Her shrine reopened with fresh cowries and new idols that looked older than time. By the 5th day, fear outweighed curiosity. No one came close. And then, on the 7th night, Chuka disappeared again. No sound, no goodbye, just the stench of burning palm fronds in the morning air and a perfect blackened circle in the center of the compound, smoldering like a forgotten offering. Some said it was a portal, others said it was proof he was never really human. Written on the shrine wall in palm oil was a single sentence: he was never yours. He belonged to the rain. No one dared clean it, no one touched the circle. But the drought ended. Crops began to grow again. Children returned to play. The boreholes sang. But peace, true peace, never returned. A year later, on the anniversary of his return, the sky darkened again. Clouds rolled in like a memory. And once more it rained. Not in all of Lagos, just Mushin. The same hour, the same corner, the same eerie hush. Doors slammed shut. Prayers began again. Not for rain, for safety. Every year, it happens. The elders keep a chair empty in meetings. Mama Ife passed away 2 years after that rain, her body found with a faint smile and a damp mat beneath her head. The shrine remains locked, but no one dares tear it down. They say when the wind blows from the east and the smell of wet sand rises, before a drop touches earth, he's near. The man who vanished. The man who returned with rain. The man whose footsteps echo in puddles and whose presence bends the sky. And so, each time it rains in Mushin, and only in Mushin, people stop what they're doing. They bow their heads, close their windows, and whisper not prayers, but warnings. Because no one knows what else the rain might bring. Some say he was chosen by the gods, others say he was cursed by them, but one thing is certain, in Mushin, peace was never permanent. They say when the skies cry, there is not always for crops or comfort. Sometimes it rains to remind, to whisper that the past never left, it only waits. The elders still leave an empty chair. The shrine stays locked, untouched, yet untouched by time. And every year as the clouds roll in over only Mushin, people pause, close their windows, and bow their heads.